Hello everyone, this is Hitesh Mhatre, HOD, Computer Engineering Department of Praveen Patil College of Diploma Engineering and Technology. Today we are going to learn about data integrity constraint. In that we will learn about primary key and foreign key. So the learning objective becomes primary key constraints and foreign key constraints. Primary key constraint. The primary key constraint uniquely identifies each record in a table. Primary keys must contain unique values and cannot contain null values. A table can have only one primary key, and in the table this primary key can consist of single or multiple columns. Means when you are assigning a primary key to the table, you can consider more than one columns to form a primary key, but there will be only one primary key in the table that will uniquely identify that record. And also the columns that you are considering for the primary key should not have null values. Now this is an example of how you create a primary key constraint using MySQL. This is used when you are creating a table. So create table persons ID of type integer not null, last name varchar 255 not null, first name varchar 255, age integer. Now this is the same thing that we have used while creating a table. Only addition is that I have mentioned here is primary key, and into the parenthesis I have written here the column name, that is ID. So ID, this ID becomes a primary key for the table person. So whenever I am entering some values in this person table, there should be at least some value in this ID column. It cannot be blank. So this is how you use in MySQL. When you're using in SQL Server, Oracle or MS Access, there is a slight change. Again, create table person ID of type integer not null, and you can directly specify here as a primary key, as you can see here. So this column becomes a primary key. So this will uniquely identify the row in a person, and the value of ID should not be null. Again we have last name as varchar 255. Again it should not be null. First name varchar, age of type integer. So there is a slight difference between MySQL and SQL Server Oracle Access. You can use any of this depending upon the software that you're using. Now to allow naming of primary key constraint or defining a primary key constraint on multiple columns, we can use the following syntax. Now this is the best way because it is supported by all the softwares, either it is MySQL, SQL Server, Oracle or MyAccess. This is the best way to assign a primary key. Create table person ID of type integer not null, last name varchar 255 not null, first name varchar 255, age of type integer. Then use the keyword as constraint, and this is the name given to that constraint. Now since I am giving a primary key to the table person, so I am writing as pk person, means primary key of the person, then primary key, the keyword, and into the parenthesis I can write either one column or more than one column. So if I want to write only ID, I will write ID. Now in this we are considering ID and last name to uniquely identify that record. So again we have specified here both these columns are should be not null. So we can use this as a primary key. So we will be using a constraint name, that is primary key person, and then specifying what constraint it is, that is primary key and the name of the columns that will uniquely identify the record. Foreign key. Now a foreign key is a key used to link two tables. As we have already discussed regarding the foreign key, they require at least two tables to form a foreign key. A foreign key is a field or a collection of fields in one table that refers to the primary key into the another table. Now this foreign key in a particular table will always refer to another table, and that column will be primary key in the another table. The table containing the foreign key is called as a child table, and the table containing the candidate key is called as a referenced or parent table. So the table that contains a foreign key will be child, and the references to which table it has been done is called as a parent table or the reference table. Now see the example. Now there are two tables. One is of person, so this shows a person where we have person ID, last name, first name and age, and we know a person ID is a primary key of this table, so this value will be unique. We can have your repetitions also. Then we have order table, which has order ID, order number and person ID. Now in this, order ID is the primary key. Now this is unique for this order table. But we can see here for person ID, we can see two entries. Now we have already considered this person ID as a primary key. But in order table, this is not a primary key. Order ID is the primary key. So order ID should be unique. We can have your multiple record, but the reference of this person ID is to this person ID from the persons table. And if you check the values of this column, you will have only those values that are contained in this particular column of the person. You cannot have any value outside this particular values. So the values may be repeated, but you using order ID you can differentiate these two records. So this is how the foreign key works on. So here your person ID for the order table becomes a foreign key, which references your person ID of the person table. So when you're using MySQL, now this is when creating a orders table. So create table orders, order ID, integer, it should be not null, order number, integer not null, and the person ID integer. Then we are specifying the primary key as order ID, because for order table to uniquely identify, order ID should be unique. Then we are writing a foreign key and mentioning the person ID. Now this person ID is nothing but the person ID that you are specifying in orders. References person, now this is the table name that I am referencing and the column that I am referencing. So person ID, now this person ID is of the table persons. Because of the naming convention, kindly note that this person ID, foreign key person ID, this ID is referencing the column of the order table, references your person ID. Now this person ID is referring to the person column, persons table column. Similarly, when you are using SQL, Oracle or MyAccess, create table order, order ID not null, primary key as we have seen earlier also, directly specify, order number integer not null, person ID, foreign key, references, persons, person ID. Now this person ID is the column of the persons table. So this person ID of order table will reference to the person ID of the persons table. Now for giving the constraint, we can use this syntax because it is common to all. So this is the better way to write the constraint. Create table order, order ID, integer not null. Similarly, order number, integer not null. Person ID, integer. Primary key, order ID. Constraint, constraint. Now again the constraint name. Now since we are considering the foreign key, so foreign key person order, because it is relating to the creating a relation between person and order. So giving some meaningful name, it is fk person order, that is foreign key of person order. Then the name foreign key person id, the column which is being referenced. Now this person id is of the table orders. References persons person id. So this person id is the column of the table persons. So constraint foreign key person order, foreign key person id, references person into parenthesis person id. So this is how you assign a constraint or give a constraint of a foreign key. Now in case you have not assigned a foreign key while creating a table, so you can use alter table. So you can use alter table. So alter table orders, because there is you have to assign a foreign key in orders table. Add foreign key, add foreign key, then the id, that is the person id. Now this is in regard with your orders. Reference is person's person id. Now this id belongs to your persons table. So this is how you can add later on the foreign key to the table. Now again, using the naming constraint or using the constraint form, you can use as alter table orders, add constraint, the constraint name, that is fk person order, that is foreign key between person order, foreign key, then the person id, this column is referred as a foreign key which references person's person id. So this person id is of the table person. So using alter table, we can either directly add a foreign key or you add a constraint for a foreign key. Now dropping a foreign key constraint. Simple, use alter table. The alter table order, drop foreign key and the constraint name. So if you are using MySQL, so here it will be easier if you are using the constraint and constraint name. So that's why I said in the previous slides, use constraints so that it becomes easier to identify, and the format for all the applications that are database software is same. Then we have SQL Server, Oracle or MS Access. In that, alter table orders, drop constraint and the constraint name. You no need to specify whether it is a foreign key or directly drop constraint your foreign key constraint name. So this is how you can drop the constraints of the foreign key. I hope the concept regarding the primary key constraints and the foreign key constraints are clear. If you have any doubt, you can reach me on the following details. Thank you.